Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I like to learn new things and volunteered myself to set up a face painting booth at a friend's birthday party. I mean, how hard can it be? In this video, I will show you 7 things that I wish I knew and that will allow you to transition flawlessly from watercolor to face paint. Let's get into it. Let's look over my supplies. First, I purchased a water-based paint palette. Try to get one that is as highly pigmented as possible, just like watercolor. Next, I made a color chart. Just like with watercolor, it will make your life easier and allow you to use the palette to its full extent. I have water and paper towel to help with water control. Brushes and sponges. Just like with watercolor, using higher quality brushes makes a difference, but I'm not using my expensive watercolor ones. I don't know if the paint I use can stain them or how hard it will be to clean them due to the binder used. The sponges I just got from the makeup section in the dollar store. They work just fine for a beginner. Instead of a porcelain dish, I use the back of the face paint case. Swirling my brush around on it helps with water control and it evens out the distribution of the pigment in the bristles. My supply list also includes wet wipes and headbands. Prep work. I wish I would have known to use a headband from the start. It's so obvious, but keeping the hair away makes a big difference. I also like to clean all the faces with wet wipes. I let the children pick a design from a menu I created on Pinterest. This way I can prepare and feel comfortable painting all the designs I offer. Water control is key with face paint. I quickly learned that you need to work with as little water as you can possibly get away with. The drying time is really fast and you can work in layers, just as you would with watercolors. You can practice on your own arm how much water you need before you start painting faces, or do a test by touching a paper towel. If there is too much water in the brush or sponge, it will be soaked up by the paper towel. When I would like to use a sponge, I prepare it by dipping it into water and squeezing out as much water as I can. I can then use the sponge to cover a larger area of skin and add details with the brush after. To cover a larger area, I often need to pick up more pigment and add multiple layers of paint. Wet wipes are magical tools to make corrections. After covering an area with a sponge and before adding details with a brush, I usually clean up the edges with a wet wipe. Not having to work exact and stay within the lines, that really speeds up the process. Another way to make small corrections is lifting pigment with an even so slightly damp brush. You cannot do this for larger areas, but sometimes you want to redo a line in the middle of a painted area. Lifting is a technique I copied from painting with watercolors. All of your brushwork skills from watercolor translate perfectly to face paint. I load my brush with pigment, swirl it around on the cover to ensure the even distribution of the pigment, and then paint directly on the skin. The only difference is I need to work with as little water as possible. I can make smaller lines by barely touching the skin, and wider lines by pushing the brush down to fan it out. Just like with watercolor, perfection is not the goal. For example, you can achieve really cool effects by painting another layer on top of almost dry paint, allowing the second color to mix in some of the previous one. Or using an almost dry brush adds really cool structure. These imperfections make the artwork look better and simply add interest. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. and I hope I will see you very soon with another watercolor video.